Who lived with who?
Make sure that
Birdie Butts,
Okay.
Dad's mom. She, after her husband Tom died, he went to, went to Harvard and lived with Aunt Ruth and Uncle Gene in Harvard. And we went to visit one time, and we went to the restaurant where she worked in the kitchen. You see, she was not a young woman in 1946, and this had to be 56 or 10 years later. Well, he was 64 then. I think that's what it says, isn't it? Well, he was 64 when he died. So in 1964, he was, in 46, he was 64. So she probably was 63 or 2 or something. She could have been 64 as well. And 10 years later, that meant she was around 70 something. Or 70,
working at a
working in a restaurant. I think she was washing dishes and she couldn't stop to talk, but we went into the kitchen to see her.
2 years ago, Ashley is a riot.
It must be 50, well, it's 55, 56, 57, somewhere in there. And
wow.
And she died in 1958. Yeah, because I was a senior in high school, so I was 17. Well, forevermore.
Oh, really?
I can still hear her saying that. You tell her something. Well, forevermore. Just about like that, you know. A little higher than that. But,
of course.
Yeah. I thought he was bald, but he's got hair on top of his head. Because I remember sitting on his lap.
And that's just kind of weird, like, we never really even thought about, like, your grandparents and stuff. I mean, we heard some stories and stuff, but you couldn't really.
Not much. No, I don't. He was not a good farmer. He inherited 80 acres of land and lost it, and rented and sharecropped the rest of his farming life. That's what Dad said, anyway. So.
His dad or Grandpa? The other Grandpa?
Grandpa Butts.
Well, and then was it just a neighbor, the one that said that wouldn't pick up rocks off his own land because the bank owned it, not him?
Yeah, that was Grandpa's neighbor over by Sharon Corners. Not Sharon Corners, Toppings Corners, I think it was called. And I could almost say their names too, but I can't think what their name was. Yeah, he said, I ain't picking up stones.